Hey friends, welcome to Tradition Cafe, the spot where the past bumps into the present and we get to sip our favorite drinks while digging into the stories that make people, well, people. I'm Anna Xavier, your host, curious and totally here for the fun of learning about people's lives. In each episode, we'll celebrate heritage, family, and community, whether it's immigrants, the generations that came after them, or chosen families that make life messy, interesting, and unforgettable. We'll talk art, passions, customs, celebrations, everyday traditions, and how people's cultures shape the way they live, work, and create today. So if you're like me, inquisitive, a little nosy, and love a good story, pull up a chair, grab your cup, and thanks for listening. Welcome to Tradition Cafe, everybody. It's nice to see you or hear you or whatever. Know that you're there. I have today my very good friend. We have known each other for more than 2 decades. Her name is Jess, and she is... Say hi, Jess.
Hello, everyone.
Tell me where you're from. Where's your family from?
My family is from Guam, which is a small island in the Pacific.
Super isolated, right?
The closest flight is to Japan, which is, I believe, 4 hours away. And then Hawaii is 7 hours away by flight.
I see. So like I was saying, you and I have known each other for like more than 2 decades, but I realize that there's a lot about your story from Guam and everything that I don't know. We haven't gone really in depth talking about this and your family heritage and the culture and all of that. So can you tell me a little bit about it, or what are your earliest memories of Guam?
Well, let's see. I won't say memories because I was born there and we moved to Hawaii when I was tiny. But I've been back several times. It is a lot like Hawaii, but more Japanese influenced and U.S. military influenced.
Okay, there's a lot of military there.
Yeah, even more now. During the Democratic era of when they tend to downsize on the military versus the Republican era, which we're in right now. The last population that I know of in Guam was like 267,000.
Oh, wow.
Or 167,000. And now, since they're moving lots of specialized military things over there, because of the threat from China and China mixing it up with Russia versus the U.S., Guam is the number one Pacific area that they want to protect because of the strategic location.
Right.
So probably now the population, including the military, is probably 280 or 180, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting if it's 167 or 267. But it wouldn't surprise me either way because Guamanians have big families.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're always talking about this cousin and that cousin and this cousin, and I'm like, wait, I can't keep track of all these cousins.
Well, I myself am the youngest of 6.
Oh.
I forget which is it, my mother or my father. One parent is one of 15, and the other parent is one of 17.
Okay. But you didn't grow up around all of the extended family there, right?
Well, so I went back and forth, and because a lot of the family was in the military.
Oh, okay.
And because they travel and things like that, I was constantly surrounded. And, we had close family here, close family in Hawaii, close family. So I always felt like there was always a Guamanian in the thread somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So, where were you born? You were
I was
born in the
born
biggest
in
city?
Guam.
No, I mean in Guam. Were you born in the city? Were you born,
So, we don't have like out here, we have more like villages.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have a main downtown area, but it's nothing like, it's not even as big as downtown Oakland.
Okay.
We do have a tourist area like, the Pier 39 area.
Oh, okay.
In Guam that's called Tumon, where all the hotels and things like that are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gotten bigger because of the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still nowhere near as big as San Francisco's area. So that, we call that downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in the local hospital, but I was raised in Arahan, which is one of the villages in the southern part of the island.
Okay.
But recently it was changed back to its original, I don't even know if I should say indigenous name of Iluhan.
Okay.
So, and then at some point it was called Talafofo. It all depends whatever strikes them. But I love going back to visit there because, well, when my uncle was alive, who was my birth mother's oldest brother, he's like the grand poobah, or was.
What does that mean?
Guam is very respectful of your elders.
Yes.
Very. That's the one thing that I wish we would get over here in the sense of respect for your elders. But over there, their senior programs are amazing.
Yeah.
Like we have East Bay Paratransit here that you could call, week in advance and they'll pick you up and take you to the doctor or to the bank over there.
Right.
Over there, you just sign up and they come 5 days a week.
Oh, nice.
Pick up your seniorly person, take them to a senior rec center type thing, and keep them all day, no charge.
Oh, wow.
And they entertain them, they feed them, the dentists go there,
Oh,
the
wow, that's
doctors
great.
go there. Yeah, my aunt would come home with, arts and crafts, singing, So, and they do that at no expense.
Nice.
Unlike here, a senior daycare, you're talking like $200 a day if you're lucky.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
That's a lot. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of nice that, it seems like in every other culture, there's a very deep respect for your elders.
Well, so in Guam, my uncle, who's since passed, was the oldest, and when I would go home, I would stay with him. And so much so, even when I was in my 30s and going home, if I wanted to go out somewhere outside of the village, I'd say, Pop, can I go with? And actually, one of my very good friends that used to live here, actually on this base, moved back home. And when I go there, and she wanted me to spend the weekend with her and her kids and her husband, I had to ask permission.
Yeah.
And I was in my 30s. And here...
That's because you're a wild child at heart.
No, it's purely out of respect.
Yeah.
Because here, I'm sitting here thinking, I ain't asking for crap.
Right.
Where when I go back home, it's just natural.
Yeah.
Total natural of, let me ask. Or, and even when my friend came over, she came in, she knew my uncle already. That's the thing about Guam. Most Guamanians know each other or of each other.
Yeah.
So she knew my uncle. And actually, it's a weird story. Her father lived with my aunt and uncle decades and decades ago when he was a teenager. I didn't know that until I was at one point engaged to her brother. We won't go there.
We might.
No. Well, no, we can't.
Okay, gotcha.
Those were some wild times. But it was just natural when she said, hey, do you want to spend the night? And, you know, I would, if I said, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Her response wasn't, "What the hell are you talking about? You're 30 years old. You're a grown woman." No. It was, "Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with you."
Right.
You know, pure natural. Where here, I mean, even just sitting here thinking about it, my insides are like starting to puff me up like I'm not going to ask anybody's permission to do anything.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very respectful of the seniors over there. And I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
I love that.
So let me ask you a question. Let's go back a little bit. When you said your adoptive mom and adopted dad, you were...
I didn't say my adopted mom or dad.
No,
I
you said your
my
birth
mother.
Okay, well, whatever. That's kind of through the back door. You were adopted, and when did you... So you were born in Guam, moved to Hawaii. How long were you in Hawaii?
A couple years.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Well, but that didn't just occur once.
Oh.
So when I was in Hawaii, my older siblings weren't with us. From the pictures I saw, I was the only kid in Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
And then we went back home, and then like maybe a year or two later after going back home, we moved to Alameda, California, actually.
Yeah. That's...
Back
and,
in the day.
You were here, when you moved to Alameda, you were here ever since?
No.
Oh, you went back and forth, you said.
I went back and forth.
Okay.
I went back and forth.
So...
And at one point, I lived in Vallejo, and my uncle, the Grand Poobah, and his wife flew out from Guam to take me back to Guam. And my birth father said no.
What? I don't understand. You're going to have to elaborate. Why did he say no? Because he wanted to keep you here? Was he here?
He was here.
Because I've met him. Here. Yeah. Okay.
He was here. My birth mother had finally really disappeared out of our lives.
Oh, okay.
And he said no. I was his youngest. And actually, he didn't say no because I was his youngest or any of that. He said no because he was my dad, and because he very much was, I'm the dad, that's my child, it is my responsibility to take care of that child, even if the mother's not around.
Right.
That is why he said it. Yeah, he loved me immensely.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the factor. His ingrained morals and spirit was, that's your child.
Right.
That's your responsibility. I do wonder what it would have been like had I moved back home permanently. Yeah.
Do you ever wish you had? Or
in some senses, I do, because of the cultural part.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm the youngest of the six. I've been back the most out of the six. And in terms of spiritual cultural ties to the culture and the island, I have it more than the six. So I do wonder what it would have been like. One reason why I wish I did move back is I can understand the language less and less.
Chamorro, right?
Yes. And I would have gotten more of the cooking down. But education-wise, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the small islands, including Hawaii, are not known for their public education.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are not. So I'm glad in that sense. I wish I spoke the language more fluently or more, period. I do understand chunks of it.
Oh, cool. I've never heard you speak it. How do you say, hello, my name is?
Well, like in Hawaii where you say hello and goodbye, the same things in Guam. Oh, well, no. So in Guam, we say half a day, which is hi, how are you? And then to say goodbye. We were invaded by the Spanish
Right.
in the 1800s. And so there's a lot of Spanish influence in terms of skin tone, hair texture,
And the
food,
language, too, right?
food.
Is it pronounced kind of like
language.
Spanish? Or?
So we read same way they do in Spanish. We count the same way in Spanish.
Oh.
We say adios. When you say keys, slippers, milk, water is the same.
Oh.
So, yeah, there's lots of, or we say things that sound very familiar in Spanish.
Yeah.
So when they say it in Spanish, I know what they mean.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of influence there.
For thousands of years, the Chamorro people thrived, fishing, farming, and building seafaring canoes. They lived in tight-knit clans led by chiefs Magalahi and the Magahaga. Through their language, they carried the songs, stories, and traditions of countless generations. But Guam's history was shaped by occupation. In the late 1600s, Spain arrived, bringing Catholicism, new crops, and many European ways of life. Many Chamorros were forced into labor, and disease swept through the population. Then, in 1898, after the Spanish-American War, Guam became a U.S. territory, with the Navy building ports, roads, and military installations. Chamorros found new work, but had little political power. During World War II, Japanese forces occupied the island from 1941 to 1944. Chamorros were forced from their homes and made to work under harsh conditions. Liberation came with the Battle of Guam, but the scars of war were deep. Through these centuries, the Chamorro language survived, but not without struggle. By 2000, fewer than 20% of Chamorros on Guam spoke it fluently, and most fluent speakers were over 55. Today, only about 17.8% of residents speak at home. Spanish and English influence the language, but its heartbeat endures. Efforts to revive Chamorro are growing through school programs, cultural initiatives, and media. Every word spoken today connects the past to the present, a reminder of resilience, identity, and the enduring spirit of Guam's people.
So I do wonder at times. I'm glad I also, so, it's 50-50. I'm glad I didn't, because Guam's very Catholic and I'm very gay.
Yes, you are very gay.
Hey!
But you're also very...
Hey!
Why? That's a good thing. It was a compliment.
Hey!
I fucking love you.
I know you love me. I love you too. I am just not, how do I put it? I have never been one to want to stand out in any fashion or form.
What?
Among my group of friends, yes. We have a good time, and I want, to make people laugh and things like that. But walking down the street, I don't want someone to look at me and their first thought be, oh, look at that big old lesbo. One, it's none of your business who I'm sleeping with. But I also don't like that. I like to but I also like to dress comfortable.
Right.
So I've never been like that. I've never wanted to stand out to people who don't know me. I rather stand out to people who know me.
So when you moved from Guam to Alameda that final time or whatever, when you started going to school here, did you feel like you were stuck between two cultures? Did you feel like you stood out more?
No, because like many families that were in transition, we moved, finally, when we moved here, we moved with all 6 kids.
Oh, okay.
So, and we moved to Alameda on Wood Street to my dad's sister's house, who had a different sister living there with her 2 kids and my grandfather.
Wow.
Right. It's a big house, but not that big. I mean, there was 8 of us and
Jeez.
3 from her family and my grandfather. Oh, and his other sister.
Oh, my God.
Not the one that owned the house. Yeah. Oh. So there was kids running all over.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So did I ever feel caught between? Absolutely not.
Not even at school?
I didn't go to school when we first got here. We were here. One of my first memories is on Wood Street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my bike still had training wheels on it.
Aw.
I wasn't going to school yet. And actually, I remember with my aunt walking up a number of blocks to walk my older sister to elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not even close. I was 4, 3.5, 4. And then when we moved to the Esperanzas, even there, then eventually I went to school.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
I'm born in early part of the year. So I didn't make the cutoff, you know, to be in kindergarten right when I was 5. I was closer to 6.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. So is there a big Chamorro community here? Because it seems like whenever we go out, you know everybody. Well, first of all, you grew up in Alameda. I mean, from so
Basically.
small, and you went to high school here, and you know so many people. But I feel like there is a big Guamanian representation here, or, you know, community.
there is, but it's getting smaller because
Really?
Yeah, Alameda's getting way too expensive.
Oh, okay.
One of my aunt and uncles moved to San Leandro, who had 7 kids of their own. They moved to San Leandro, and they had this gigantic house that we used to hang out at all the time. And their kids are older, and now they have grandkids. And some of their kids live in Alameda, along with some of the grandkids. But it doesn't make up for 9, you know?
Right.
And then another big family, my aunt and uncle, lived on Peru, and they had a gigantic house, and that's one of the ones we would, you know, go to and play hide and go seek. These old Victorians are fabulous.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
And I don't know how many kids. Let's see, Carmen, Tony, Jesse, Jimmy. I don't know, another 7 kids, I think.
Jeez.
Right. And then another family had like 6. So, and they're all kids have married outside of,
The culture
so
outside
it's
of,
mixing,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and have moved out of Alameda just because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So it used to be much bigger.
Okay.
But the Coast Guard is helping because there's lots of Guamanians in the Coast Guard, and some of them are being stationed here.
Oh, okay.
So you could see, if you drive around town, you'll sometimes see the Guam license plate
Yeah,
on cars.
I see that a lot.
Or
like
the Guam sticker.
Yeah, the big decals.
Yeah.
I see that a lot. Is that like I mean, it seems like a lot of Guamanians are so like proud of their heritage and so proud of that they do like to display the big thing, because you have one.
I had one.
You had one. Okay.
On my
Well, that's
other
how I could
truck.
always tell that you were somewhere. It was like, oh, that is her car.
Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking about getting one for my car on
Yeah.
that back window.
Well, there's a big pride, the Chamorro and the indigenous and all of that. So I'm sure that when you find another Guamanian, is it like, oh my God, this is like being home, or this is, you know, because I feel that way when I meet a Dominican. But there are barely any Dominicans here on the West Coast.
I don't feel that way for probably a couple things. One, I see them all the time. And I see some of them all the time.
What do you mean?
Oh, I see Guamanians all the
Oh.
time.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is that when you, well, I guess, okay.
So it's just
Yeah.
normal for me. Unlike you seeing a Dominican's not normal. That's one. 2, because I think majority growing up here, I've been whitewashed.
Okay.
And then living with a white family for decades, I've been whitewashed.
Okay. Yeah.
And whitewashed isn't really a good way to say it. Because I feel like I took the parts that I value and
Yeah.
loved about the Guamanian culture and brought it over.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are certain things that I got from my second family that weren't a priority in my Guamanian family that I held as a priority.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I took a combination of both.
Okay, good.
So I don't feel like I totally am to the right or totally to the
Right,
left.
right.
I'm in my own little world.
Did your adoptive family here, your white family, did they help you celebrate any of the Guamanian things? What are the traditions that you said that you brought some things from the culture that you really...
Well, they loved it when I cooked or when I brought food home from the parties. They were very much... My adopted dad didn't say much. Not that he was, like, in disagreement or anything. He was just a quiet type of engineering type.
He was really sweet.
Yes. My mom, on the other hand, was very vocal.
Mm-hmm.
But she was very encouraging about me spending time with my family, going to the parties and the celebrations and stuff like that. Excuse me. So, and they enjoyed the food, especially my dad. He loved the food.
Yeah.
So they encouraged it. They didn't, like, participate in the sense of we did things at my house.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah. But how did this occur? At what point were you adopted? Was it in Hawaii? Was it?
No. So after we moved here, actually before I entered school, my birth mother was gone a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And not because she was an airline stewardess or anything like that. She fooled around a lot, and so I don't know which boyfriend she was with when.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met my adopted mom in elementary school.
Was she a teacher?
She was a teacher.
Yeah.
She was a special ed teacher. She taught English and history and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have her. I almost had her because they tested me for ESL.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, okay. So you came here not really knowing any English?
I did. But
Sorry, I got you off topic.
it's okay. When you fill out paperwork at school, and I still see it, it's just how limiting the questions are.
Right.
What's your primary language at home? My dad's going to put Chamorro
Right.
because that's his primary language and he lives at the home.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean us 6 siblings are always speaking Chamorro to each other.
He didn't make you speak it in the house?
Make us? No.
Okay.
No. Did we understand it in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We didn't, besides us 6, there weren't any other Chamorros in our little thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, no, he didn't make us. So when I went and they made me test for ESL, they were like, oh, this will be your teacher, da-da-da, we got to test you, da-da-da. I was like, okay, some stupid grape family tell the story, this or that. And they're like, looking at me like, English is your second language? And I said, yes. And they're like, go back to class.
Oh,
They
you didn't need it. Yeah.
No.
So how did your mom come into this picture, your adopted mom?
Oh, so then later on in junior high? No, 5th grade, we moved to the middle part of town, and my mom was basically gone by then. Like, if she was home twice a month, that was a lot.
Okay.
And so I started babysitting for my adopted mom, and then eventually she asked my dad if I can move in and become a part of their family, with the agreement that I still had my other family and, whenever. And they included him. They had him over to dinner. Him and her would meet for breakfast.
Oh, that's super cute.
People were like, hey, is your dad messing around with your new mom? And I'm like, he'd keel over if something like that happened. No, they were just... My mom was very nice and caring and wanted to be compassionate and understanding to the man that, but I saw my dad on a regular basis, spoke to him on a regular basis. We even would go on vacation together when I was living there, So that's how it came about.
So, but they officially adopted you.
I was 15 and a half.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it was that late in life.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the agreement was, or the requirement I had was I didn't change my last name.
Yeah.
I was not that other last name. I was...
Yeah, I was wondering,
My last name is very big in Guam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, one of 15 or 17, and then they multiply and multiply. Yes. There's some certain names that are very big in Guam, and not necessarily in a good way big, but in terms of numbers, that's one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a part of your heritage. It's a part of your lineage. You didn't want to give that up.
Yeah. And, I mean, like, if you were to land in Guam and say, oh... I'm lost, but I'm here to see the Quinatas. They would say, go here, go to Bear Rock, turn left, and then there's the Quinata village,
Yeah.
all of that. So I was very proud of my last name, and I like the fact that I write my cues beautifully, so
You do
works out perfect.
You write a great cue. So, okay, on the topic of names, when I met you as Jess. But your birth name is Lillian.
Well, it depends who you ask.
Okay. This is interesting.
No, it's not, especially since I can't fly right now. So, I was born in Guam. I had a birth certificate. At one point, I had a passport. I do have a valid ID, driver's license, saying my name is Lillian.
Okay.
Okay. And then at one point, it all got lost. I went back home and went to the Vital Statistics Records Hall, and there's whiteout on my birth certificate in their records. Yep.
Now, why would... Okay.
Don't ask me things I can't answer. Well, I have suspicions.
Oh,
anyway,
interesting.
So, then they said they needed a court order to change it. And I'm like, what the hell? That would cost me a lot of money. Or I could go through a legal name change. Because I don't want to change my name legally to Jessica.
Right.
I do not. People call me Jess, I answer. It's just natural, I do. When I met you is around the time not too long after I came back from Guam, one of the trips, and discovered that. And...
Oh...
So, as a joke, my friends started calling me Jess, and it just stuck. And actually, we met at the Ho, right?
Yep.
And
the White
actually, at the White Horse.
It's a bar here.
At the White Horse, at one point, there was actually 3 of us Lillians hanging out there.
Oh, really? I don't remember that at all.
Yes. We might not have met by then, but there was Lillian that worked at Home Depot, myself, and another Lillian. And so we would write our name on the chalkboard.
Yeah, to play pool.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck it. And one day I put Jess. And then all my friends started calling me Jess.
Was that like a big oopsie on your part? Like, damn it, I shouldn't have done
No, I write my J's beautifully, too, so...
You sure you want to give up the name?
No, but I wouldn't mind it as a middle name.
Yeah.
But not my first name.
What's your middle name?
Confirmation-wise, or...
No, your first middle name. Confirmation comes when you're like...
Okay, so on my birth certificate in Guam, we take our mother's middle name. Our mother's maiden name is our middle name.
Oh, okay.
So my middle name is another very big name in Guam. And it is Taitagui.
Oh, that's beautiful. I've never heard that. Taitagui. How do you spell it?
Taitague.
Nice.
So.
Taitagui. Okay. So, when you discovered that your birth certificate had whiteout on it, they just whited out Lillian?
Well, I can't see what's underneath there, right?
Right.
Because of the whiteout. I know that if you scrape it off, there's Lillian. Because at one point I saw my birth certificate, had it in my hand, submitted it for my passport, all of that. Then it all got lost in my dad's storage and all that other stuff. So after I came back, we had met, and then that's when people were calling me Jess. That's why you met me as Jess.
Yeah.
Since then, I have been going back and forth with the governor's office, vital statistics, Guam Memorial, and stuff like that.
Guam Memorial's the hospital?
Correct, where I was born. Since then, because my birth mother is the only one alive out of all my parents, all four, I had her get a letter notarized saying she named me Lillian at birth and da-da-da-da. So I have that just in case she passes away. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get it all corrected without costing me thousands of dollars.
I just have never heard of anything like this. Have you ever heard of anything like this to other people from Guam?
Well,
from other people?
That's part of what I was wondering if I would talk about or not.
Oh, no.
So
we don't have to.
In Guam, well, I don't know how far and where are these people from. I need legal assistance, international legal assistance.
Well, listen to that,
in
people.
Guam, and actually I think this is true on many small islands, because for a while, my white family and I was older, so I was just going back and forth home on vacations and things like that. Lived in St. John in the Virgin Islands. And if you wanted something done, it was who you knew.
Yes, it's that way in the Dominican Republic, too.
Right.
Definitely.
See, and I think that is true for many of the remote places, not...
Island time.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, well, Guam's slogan is Guam, where America's day begins, because they're closest to... Yeah. That's
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it really? That's super cute.
I think at this point, I don't know with the time change, they're 16 hours ahead of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So let me go back to the culture here. Okay, so is there something that you see, hear, smell that takes you immediately back to Guam and you feel like home?
Here in California?
Yes.
No.
No.
The water is ugly here.
Yes, it is, and it's freezing.
Well, and I'm cold here.
You are.
I wear long johns, tops and bottom, or mostly bottom because I usually have a hoodie on. I wear long johns probably 6 to 7 months out of the year.
I know, I don't know how you do it.
When I feel closest to home without being home is because I've taken a 5-hour flight to Hawaii. That's where, because Guam is the palm trees, the hills, the beautiful views, the beautiful water.
Yeah.
You know, and there, it could be pouring down rain and I'm still in shorts and...
Yeah, because it's more of that humid tropical.
We call them slippers or flip-flops here in Guam. We call them zori.
Zori?
Yeah.
Like Zori or something? I mean, phonetically, Zori. Okay.
Yeah. So
I like that better.
And that's because it'll rain for 15 minutes, I'll be cold for 2 minutes and then I'm dry. It's very, very humid, and I love humidity. That's the other thing I loved about going to St. John. It's very humid. My skin would clear up. My hair would look like I had a blow dry, or what do they call it? A blowout.
A blowout.
A blowout every day. Yeah. Oh.
Are there any speaking of things that you hear or smell or whatever, what holidays or traditions can you remember from when you were a kid, or that you celebrated there that you don't do here?
Well, Guam has their Liberation Day, and it's huge, like our 4th of July. But also they
Liberation from whom? Spanish?
Well, no. So
Japan?
Yes. So in 1898, the U.S. military had control of Guam, and then the war with Japan happened, and they took over Guam. And actually, my birth father was in a concentration camp.
Oh,
in Guam. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Jess's story reminds us that the experiences of her family were part of a much larger history. During World War II, when Japanese forces occupied Guam from 1941 to 1944, thousands of Chamorro families were forced into concentration camps. Places like Manengan, Marizo, and Inarajan. In these camps, people endured hunger, fear, and the loss of their homes and loved ones, while trying to hold on to the culture and traditions that defined their lives. Conditions in these camps were devastating. Families were forced from their homes and marched miles into the jungle. At Manengang, as many as 18,000 people were crowded into palm leaf shelters or caves carved into hillsides. The air was damp, food was scarce, and clean water was hard to find. A handful of rice might have to feed a whole family. Many grew weak with hunger. The elderly often did not survive. Men and boys were ordered into hard labor, digging trenches, carrying supplies, building fortifications, while Japanese guards patrolled quick to punish with violence. And yet, even in those conditions, people held on to their identity. Survivors later recalled families praying quietly, singing softly, and sharing stories in the Chamorro language to remind the young of who they were. These acts, remembered through oral histories, reveal how culture, faith, and resilience carried hope through unimaginable suffering. Today, memorials at sites like Manengang honor both the lives lost and the strength that carried the Chamorro people forward. At Tradition Cafe, we hold space for these voices, these histories, and the threads that connect past to present.
He was a kid.
They interred a lot of people. Or not inter, but...
So did we here, the Japanese?
Yes.
So... it was happening all over the place, depending on
they are
whose
now
side
too.
you are. Well, yeah. So
that was a terrible.
The U.S. took it back over, and then Guam became a U.S. territory in 1950.
Yes.
And so they have this huge Liberation Day, and it's celebrated up and down, right and left on the island, and it's like our 4th of July here.
Nice.
But in Guam, they have other things. Guam it used to be like 90% Catholic. It's less now.
Oh, really?
But it's less now, but they still, have All Saints Day and all those different things. And then we have what we call villages. And like the city of Alameda has its mayor. All the villages have their own little mayors. And it's voted on by the people that live in the village. And each village has their own fiesta. And it's
so fun.
Gigantic.
Really?
massive, massive amounts of food, partying all weekend, drinking left
Oh my God,
and right.
fun.
Oh, yeah. Music. Oh yeah.
Great. Every year on July 21st, Guam bursts into celebration for Liberation Day, marking the island's return to freedom in 1944. Streets and public spaces come alive with colorful parades, dancers twirling to the infectious rhythms of the traditional Chamorro cha-cha, and musicians strumming guitars, ukuleles, and drums that make everyone want to move. Families and friends gather at food festivals to savor Chamorro favorites like helaguen, red rice, grilled barbecue, sweet biscocho, and refreshing tropical fruit drinks. Kids play games, elders share stories of resilience, and the air is filled with laughter, music, and the vibrant spirit of the Chamorro people. Liberation Day is not just a remembrance, it's a joyful celebration of culture, community, and the enduring heritage that keeps the island's heart beating strong.
So, there's a bunch of little villages.
Yeah.
Bunch of little villages. I miss it. I loved it. I would stay at my uncle's. I could throw a rock next door and it would be his daughter, who's my first cousin. Then, throw another rock and be at his sister's house, and then throw a rock from her house is her son's house or her daughter's house. So all the immediate family was right next to each other, and I miss that.
Yeah.
And I think Guam is stepping away from that with all the new construction.
Mm-hmm. About the younger generations, do you feel like they're connected to that? Or do you think that all of that kind of stuff is changing too?
All of that's changing.
Oh,
all
that's
of
too
it
bad.
is. If they're still in the village, a lot of them are. It's because they live at home with their parents or, live in the family house. Mm-hmm. Whereas the newbies or the ones that are making money want to go live on the hill in that big fancy house.
Right.
And so the neighbors aren't your grandma or aren't your dad's brother or any of that. So, but the one thing, they still come to the village every weekend and stuff. Still very family oriented, but nothing like what it was.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's a major thing that's changing in society.
I think that's changing everywhere, though.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
In some senses, because I think some families are going back, reverting to where their kids are living at home. But that's not by choice. That is economics.
That's economics. So, speaking of culture there and what it's like and the times are changing, what is it like to go there as a lesbian? Can you be out? Can you, is it socially acceptable or they don't know?
No.
Well, they're going to know. Shit.
Well, let's see. Remember
well, you already said lesbian.
Remember my friend that lived here and I go back and visit her? I officially just came out to her last week.
Oh, really?
Over the phone.
How did that go?
She was quiet for a second and then she's like, well, do you have one? And I said, no.
Have one. Girlfriend.
Meaning a partner, a girlfriend, whatever. So, how do I put it? And I hate to classify all like this, but...
She lesbian?
Oh, no.
She's Guamanian?
She's Guamanian, married to a Guamanian, and got umpteen kids. She's true to her culture.
Hardcore, heavy metal Guamanian.
Religious.
Oh, okay.
Goes to church on a regular.
Oh.
What do you call it? How do I put this? So, my observation... She said when I came out to her, she's like, well, do you have one, meaning a partner or girlfriend? I said, no, I'm looking. And she's like, well, don't come to Guam. And she didn't mean it in the sense of don't come to Guam, in a negative way. She meant it as in there's not very many. And if they are, they're not out.
Yeah,
and if they are out, the ones that are really out look like a dude. And I've always had...
No, you like the femmes.
Well, it's not only... No, I like feminine women because I like to know they look like a woman, they feel like a woman, smell like a woman. Why be a lesbian in that case?
Well, this is all personal preference,
right?
though,
of course. I said my.
Yeah.
But if I wanted someone that acted like a dude or looked like a dude, I'd go get a dude. I mean, there's something I'm not going to say that you know from my ex that we don't do, because it's like, if I wanted that, I'd go get a real one.
I think that the audience can pretty much guess what that was.
Go ahead. And I'm also allergic to what they're made out of.
Latex?
Whatever they were. We tried it, and it was not
pleasurable.
So my ex was in the medical field, and she could tell that I was having an allergic reaction.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about your sex life.
Not for
that
me.
one.
Not for me. I do. That was not for me.
No, that wasn't from you.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I was even going to say something else, and I'm not gonna.
Oh, man. I could cut it out.
No, good try, because your ass probably won't. Or you'd think you'd consider not.
How rude. Yes, I would. So what do you wish that people would know about Guam and the people and the culture and stuff that maybe they have no idea about here, or maybe they you feel like you're misrepresented or anything like that?
So, well, Guam's known for its beautiful beaches and the water. It's known for diving.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, out in the middle Pacific, out there. And it's known because of the military. It's, go there, it's beautiful, relax. It's not as populated and crowded and touristy as Hawaii. Mm-hmm. But it's a hell of a lot longer flight from most places, too.
Is there a big tourist industry?
It's mostly Japanese.
Okay.
It's so Japanese that in Tumon, the downtown tourist area, the street signs are in English and Japanese.
Well, that's why you were saying earlier that the population has kind of exploded because of the Japanese. Are they moving there?
A lot of them are for business-wise, but also, like every other U.S. territory, it's easier for most people to get there, stay there illegally, and apply for U.S. citizenship.
Ah.
So there's a lot of Japanese there, a lot of Filipinos go there. And it's because of the citizenship.
Are you surprised that more mainland people don't go there for vacations?
No, because it's hell of expensive.
And it's a long flight. It's expensive to fly there and stay there, or just fly?
Fly.
Well, I mean, I suppose you wouldn't know about staying there because you always stay with family.
Right.
Guam is this incredible island in the Western Pacific, drawing visitors from Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, and beyond. The best time to visit is from December to June, when the sun is warm and the rain stays away. Tumon Bay is the island's most famous beach, with white sand, clear water, and calm conditions perfect for snorkeling or beginner diving, where you can see colorful coral and tropical fish just steps from the shore. For more adventurous divers, places like Coco's Lagoon and Petey Bomb Holes offer deeper reefs and even World War II shipwrecks to explore. Petey Bomb Holes gets its name from the craters left behind by bombing during the war, which today provide a unique underwater landscape. Beyond the beaches, the jungles are full of life. If you listen closely, you might hear the calls of the Mariana fruit dove or spot the rare Micronesian kingfisher flitting through the trees. Native geckos cling to branches, fruit bats glide silently overhead at dusk. The infamous brown tree snake winds its way through the foliage. Hidden waterfalls, limestone caves, and Mount Lumlam's trails give hikers a chance to glimpse these creatures in their natural habitat. You know what, y'all? I see a brown tree snake, and I'm hitting the airport. Just saying. You can paddle through calm lagoons, zip line through the forest, or simply wander and soak it all in. And everywhere you go, you'll feel the Chamorro culture through food, music, the stories shared by locals. Guam is full of life, history, and adventure waiting to be explored.
Oh, we were talking about my
right.
birth certificate.
Yes.
So, in Guam, small island, it's who you know to how to get things done. I think someone in Vital Statistics decades ago needed a birth certificate. They whited it out, typed Jessica over, photocopied it on the regular thing, and there's some Jessica with all my other information on there, because on there are my parents and everything else matches.
So there's somebody in your family because of the last name.
No. No.
You said it's a big name.
So they're all... But also, there's, weird things happen on small islands because of who you know. Right. And they do stuff because they figure they're not going to get caught.
Right.
And so my brother, who's a year and 3 months older than me.
This is your biological brother?
My brother, Mark. Mm-hmm. He lost his birth certificate, needed to get it. They didn't have it. My cousin went to Guam Memorial and said, they won't give me a birth certificate without his birth record. Guam Memorial said, we don't have his birth record. The warehouse got flooded in the typhoon. And they just made him a birth certificate, birth record, so he went and got him a birth certificate. Him and I was born in January 69. He was born in May of 68. Or 67, one of those. Our birth records were in the same damn warehouse.
Who does he know? Can you contact the same person?
No, so, right. So, I feel... then somehow they came up. So for years, over a year, I was dealing with this one woman at Guam Memorial to get my birth certificate. She told me they'd have to go look for it. And look, and I waited and waited. And then finally, when I got on it again, because the Real ID thing, she's out on leave. But here, I found your birth record.
Oh, wow.
Oh, how convenient. And
somebody was just lazy before.
This is how warped things could be. Mm-hmm. So the woman in charge of Vital Statistics in Guam has the same last name as I do. I do not believe she had any connection to the whiteout, because it was a long time ago.
This is like Whiteout Gate.
But the woman at the records department at Guam Memorial has the same last name. Oh. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Vital Statistics called over to Guam Memorial and said, hey, give her a birth record saying this. Mm-hmm. And they do stuff like that all over the place because they think they're not going to get caught.
Right.
But I have proof from the governor's office that she said, yes, Governor, there is whiteout on this birth certificate in our records. Mm-hmm. I said, can't you guys just scrape, because remember the white off was the old paint? Yeah. Can't you guys just scrape it off and see what's underneath it? No, we can't. Da, da, da. And so legally... This is
ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is not that...
So wait, you're saying that you can't fly because you don't have a real ID now, or you
Correct.
can't fly because you don't have a passport? And I mean,
both.
That would, because you normally just go to like Hawaii and Guam. Why do you need a passport to go to Guam?
You don't.
Right.
But I have no real ID.
So you can't get a passport.
Well, no, you can't fly without
you can't.
a real
That's right.
ID.
Yeah.
I need that little bear stamp thing or whatever on my thingy. So, that's one of the things that frustrates me about Guam. Another thing that frustrates me, and is true on many of the little islands, just like about It's Who You Know, is, sexual abuse is kept secret in the family. So nothing happens to that brother, that uncle, that cousin, and it goes on and on and on through multiple kids, and then and the cycle just keeps going. And that I love family bonding and I love family closeness. But you know what? If we didn't keep all these secrets, so many people would not be screwed up the way they are.
Right. Do you think that that's a cultural thing, or do you think it's Catholicism or a mix? I mean, you can't really separate the two. And you know,
the Catholic Church, did it themselves, but
yeah.
I do not think it's Catholicism as a religion. That I never remember going to CCD or anything and them saying you don't ever say a bad word about your family.
Right. That's what they said in the families. They did in my culture.
Right. You don't spread your laundry outside the door.
Right.
But you know what? Dirty laundry reaps for generations if you don't do anything about it. And that's one of the things that I think is an issue in Guam that needs to be addressed. When you read the Guam paper, which I do online, there's people charged with molestation, rape, all that now. And most of the time it's teenage or high school girls who are finally saying something. Whereas, like, we teach younger kids to dial 911 here.
Right.
If we taught younger kids in those smaller, tight-knit communities to not only say no, go say something so it doesn't happen to your little sister.
Right.
Or to your brother. Or,
Are you saying that it's, I mean, it's not like it's a new thing happening.
Right.
It's just that it's more, do you feel like the younger generations are just more brave, or is it more socially acceptable to speak up now? I mean, because there's a lot, in the media, and, there's a lot of movements and stuff like that for,
I think
victims' rights and all that.
Well, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I think it's a combination of the kids are getting braver and more educated and more empowered to say something. I think they are learning at a younger age to survive on their own.
Oh.
Because...
So they're standing up for themselves.
Right, because, mom's working, dad's working, or mom doesn't live here anymore, dad, whatever. I live with my grandparents that are too old to deal with this. I'm sick of this. I need to say something. I think it's a culmination of all of it. Keeping it a secret, I think, was because the family was more of a unit.
Okay. Oh.
Where
it's not anymore.
Not as much.
You were saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So they get outside voices.
Right.
Whereas before you had to have like these closed ears and you only talk to your family about stuff.
If you're in the house, you only have a right ear and a left ear. And your mom and dad are telling you, go to school, do this, do that. And in your left ear is your uncle saying, don't say anything, I won't hurt you when you come home from school and your mom and dad aren't here.
Jeez, yeah.
Whereas you're sitting in your living room and there's social media right there, your friends are coming over, or you're hanging out here and there and hanging out with older people or people who want to empower you. There's lots of outside influence, which also could be good outside influence.
Absolutely. So, especially in this case, social media has a lot to do with that. There's just a huge reach.
There is good and bad in everything.
Of course.
There's good and bad in the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a recovering Catholic schoolgirl. You know that. Well,
I still love wearing my pleated skirt. No, I'm teasing. So.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no, I loved Guam.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say I'm from Guam. I love the fact that my skin is brown.
Yeah, same here.
I think I will say that I don't feel anywhere near the prejudgment that black people get.
Oh, my goodness.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
I don't feel like I get the privilege of a white person.
Right.
I think I'm just graying in the middle and moving along, which makes me lucky in many places of where I go or where I hang out. And I have friends that are all different color, and I don't pick you because of your color.
Right. What? You didn't pick me because of my color? I'm kidding.
No, I picked you because I wanted to become buddies with your ex. No, I'm kidding. No. I don't. I've had partners that are all different shades, actually.
Yeah.
And some were mixed. And some weren't. And I just think that's the one thing about Guam too, is you asked what about Guam that I would want people to know, is it's less touristy. Yes, it's expensive to fly there, but that's because it's in the middle of the ocean. It's a dot on the map.
Right.
And it's more expensive to eat there because everything's flown or shipped.
Oh, that's true.
Just like,
just like
that's
Hawaii.
just island, that's the nature of the beast. But the one thing I will say is if you get invited to a fiesta in one of the villages, and they're very welcoming, go.
Yeah.
Go. You may feel a little awkward at first, but by the end of the night, you'll be sitting by the fire having, a beer or dancing. That's so fun. They're very friendly once they see that you're there. You're a nice person. You want to have a good time and
you're
have
taking part and learning.
They
totally.
Yeah, totally. That's the one thing I will say is that they're super friendly,
super welcoming. Yeah.
Now, if you do something that's really bad, you will have like 5 or 6 brothers, cousins, uncles whooping your ass. But
that's because you stick together.
Hey.
Well, I can see how it rubbed off on you because you're very, when we were in our original friend group, you were kind of the center of it and like kind of keeping, like if something was wrong, you would stop by and say, hey, how you doing? Can I bring you a sundae from Tucker's to cheer you up or something like that? But that's how you are, you would just stop by. Part of it was because my house was on the way to the bar and you had to poop. But
and the other part of that, it was my dad. My dad was, that's a few things that I will say is I had 2 dads and they were very, very different.
Yeah, they were.
But 2 of the nicest, most caring dads around. I was so lucky.
You're lucky.
And blessed that way. So lucky. My dads, when I think of them, I smile and my heart just gets a little heavy with sadness.
Yeah.
But layers down that it's shining bright because of the love I felt from those 2.
I love it. So. I really liked them. I admired them both. I only met your birth dad maybe a handful of times, but
that's because he stayed in his bedroom when you came over.
Yeah, but I remember the time that I called you because there was a big box spider in my room. And you brought him over too, and he was just laughing at me. From that moment on, he called me Spider Lady.
He laughed at us all the time.
Yeah. He was very smiley.
Part of it, I think, is his English wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Oh, he spoke a lot of English.
Yeah. Okay.
But
he didn't speak a lot, You're right. He would just kind of smile and laugh and, and then go back to his room. Right.
If you give the guy a can of Coke, he's smiling from ear to ear. That's the easiest you could have. I mean, that's all you had to give him.
It's
he
awesome.
was super, super nice. Super religious, too.
Oh, really?
But didn't throw it on us kids religious-wise. Yeah, we had to go to CCD, and we still had to get up and go to school or church on Sunday. Yeah. But by the time that I got pretty much bigger than him, which was by the time I was like 10, I ain't going.
He was a little guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was tiny.
I got bigger than him by the time I was like in the 4th grade.
Oh, my God. You were tall then. My God.
And actually, I'm pretty tall for a Guamanian woman.
Are you?
Yeah, we had my aunt's 90th birthday like 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And so we were all taking pictures. They're all like this to me and like
to your ear? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but yeah. But also part of it is I think I stand tall.
Yeah.
But I think I get that from my white family.
Oh. Posture?
Not proper posture. More like ego.
Presence?
Ego.
Okay.
Stand tall, feel tall, be tall.
Okay. Yeah.
You know. But yeah, Guam isn't what it is, but it's still much better than many other places.
Yeah. Well, it sounds beautiful, and I'd love to go.
You can book a flight from here, but it's close to $2,000.
Oh my God. And you won't be able to fly with me.
Yeah. Well, it depends on who you know. But I also, let's see, $2,000 and 12-hour total flight time.
Jesus.
13 or 14 from Japan direct.
That's a lot of time over water. That makes me nervous.
And what do you think flying Dominican, you go over water?
Not for 17 hours.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
From island to island to island. Yeah. It is. Yeah, well.
Yeah. It's not that far from Miami to Santo Domingo. It's like 2 hours, maybe.
Oh, so it's like from Miami to St. Thomas.
Yeah. St. Thomas is further, I think.
No. It was like...
Girl, we're going to pull up a map.
2.5, 3 hours. From Miami to St. Thomas.
I think that it's, pretty equidistant. Anyway. Well, thank you, Jess. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for telling me more about Guam. I'd love to learn about it. And maybe in the next time that we have you on Tradition Cafe, it will be a video, and you can cook something with, what is it called? Finadini? Mm-hmm. That's the sauce, right? It's like a spicy sauce.
I'll make you a Spam sandwich.
Oh, God, because you know how much I love Spam.
Oh, I love Spam. Guam is the number 2 consumer of Spam.
And I just can't.
I love it. I had it just the other day.
All right. Thanks, Jess. I appreciate it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Right. Good night, everybody. This episode is brought to you by the Fireside Lounge, located at 1453 Webster Street in Alameda, California. It's your spot for craft cocktails, live music, and good vibes. Check out thefiresidelounge.com for what's happening this week. Follow Tradition Cafe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen, and connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, swing by traditioncafe.com for more stories, culture, and behind-the-scenes fun. I'm Anna Xavier, and until next time, keep sipping your coffee and raising a cocktail. Let the stories inspire you, and we'll see you at the next episode of Tradition Cafe. Thanks for listening.